But I mean, that's two very strong teams, right? So I don't want to take too much out of that one. They still can stand and bang. They beat MIBR on Nuke earlier to secure their spot in the playoffs in the first place. But let's get ourselves underway, Anders. We are live on Nuke.
Yes, indeed. Getting into it here, it's going to be Tyloo starting on the CT side, 9C on the T side of things, and what looks like a 4-to-1 split. So they're putting a bunch of people outside, and they're leaving DGT lurking around inside of the lobby. Everything going to be decided, I think, on maybe this first P250. They've smoked off towards Mini as well, and they're wrapping around. I do kind of like this. I think Mercury, though, he's coming, so he's going to fall back really quickly. DDT will pick up the opening kill here in the series, taking down Zero. And now they are really deep on the map. This is tricky for Tyloo to hold right now. Jam Young's going to be the next to fall. They haven't got a kill yet, Tyloo, on the CT side.
That's not going to start anytime soon. DGT's just nailed another shot onto G, who's one of their real heavy hitters in this event. Messiah, try as he may, is going to take down GDT, but it's not going to stop the bomb from being planted in the very capable hands of Mayan. And now Mercury has to try and join his teammate to find a way back onto the site, but they're so isolated. Both of them stuck in lobby. I just can't see how they can get back on the site here, Anders.
Yeah, this is, I think, one of those moments where if you had the smoke kit combination, it would make a big difference, but without it, it's very doubtful, like you said. Throwing a grenade, nothing much happens here. Moja's going to be going down, and best you could do, Mercury's probably get some exit. Yeah, that's a good point. I think the adjustment could be pretty brutal sometimes when you travel this far, but they definitely have, I think, benefited from the fact that they've been there for a minute now. A couple of good kills to start with here. It is a force-up in this round, so Tyloo, they're kind of, in theory, ready to fight here, but they're not really doing the damage early on. It seems like we're watching a really hot 9C that are coming into this game, and Tyloo perhaps caught, I don't want to say sleeping, but a little bit slower out of the gate here. Some of the bullets, see how much 9C can kind of exploit that early on. You know that there's not going to be a ton of counter utility, and actually they're going pretty quick with it here. Molotov's down, but they've been absolutely murdered trying to get onto the A-bombs.
Is being applied, and you know, maybe they're getting their own heads. That's a hell of a way to put those doubts to rest. A clear cut, but a great lobby crunch from Tyloo. It is the kind of round that you're not going to be able to rinse and repeat through time after time, so do keep an eye out for that one. But Zero kicks off this round with a huge kill into DGT. And although Huazo Peak, who incidentally is their top performer at this event with a 1.17, is outside, they still have to try and deal with Max. Mercury, though, has shut the door onto Luchov. So two heavy hitters for 9Z are sent packing early on in this round.
Yeah, and you know what? Smart move as well from Jam Young. He was waiting around down there. I think in another situation that he maybe would have taken the fight, but he realized his teammates have already got a couple of kills. Why stick around and try and battle this? So instead, he threw up the smoke, slows it down. It looked like they wanted the boost to try and look over, but they've already walked into the grenade. I think Jam Young has a great idea what's happening. Nice little jump as well. Now he definitely knows, and as long as he doesn't engage, just fall back, wait for the team to show up. Everything about this has worked out very, very nicely for the Tyloo squad. We said they looked perhaps a bit slow at the beginning, but I feel like they've bounced right back, which is great news. You want to see them kind of perform early on here. Look at the repositioning from Jam Young as well. Oh, he's so... Yeah, it's just a really good look for them, isn't it? I enjoy the fact that they didn't kind of, you know, suffer too many losses here early on. A couple of early rounds losing the pistol, but after that, it's been looking really good here. Nice setup towards the lobby area with G not really getting baited out all that much. The discipline there on the AWP for him was tremendous. Sometimes you'll try and take one of those early shots.
Lack of utility. All on Max with a couple of flashes. Mazia, though, finds that perfect timing, but he goes down to the AK. And now they know there's an extra rifle just outside of Squeaky. Zero, while fully flashed, still finds the frag, though. And that keeps Tyloo in the ascendancy.
Yeah, such a critical kill there for Zero, I must say. Another headshot takes down Luchov and
They're on the money. It is 4 in a row, but what's also quite damning is it's 4 in a row with no post plants to deal with. No plant has gone down yet on 9Z. Maybe this is where they're going to start to buck that trend. Already out into the site. Molotov well placed into heaven. Keeps Zero at bay. Going to try and cool off the hot hand. So bomb plant does come in with all 10 players still alive.
Yeah, and I guess that's because Moja got damaged early on, and they actually did go for sort of a three-man setup outside. So They were expecting that even if it was going to be A, that there would have been a bit of a you know, a flank or something, somebody lurking outside that they could have been fighting, but that just isn't the case here. You can go for very, very late defuses on this map, but instead they're going to go for a bit of an early attempt at the retake. Guangzhou though gets a headshot. They burn out one in the corner. Luchov, he comes out swinging, and they've lost Mayan as well. Time's running low on this clock.
HE to try and stop that from happening in the future. Here comes another fast push, though. This could be a ramp for, event push, pardon me. They decide to go against that instead, just get straight out, smokes and flashes, and they get the man of zero.
Yeah, you're right. This is lightning faster, though. That's a great grenade. They underhand another one. They nearly blew off Luchov. Almost hit him, I think, with that smoke or the flash going in, but bomb is not planted yet. So they're on the site. There's another one. That's a third grenade, and this one will kill Luchov, so huge utility damage from that heaven position. Another one that lands towards the hut on Mayan. But finally, the bomb is planted, and Max, a series of dinks, will take down Jamyoung. It's G through the edge of the smoke. DDT trying to stay.
Rounders, no flashes, nothing to like precede that push. It's going to be so difficult to get any room here. And you can see the jump peeking from Mercury. He's definitely spotted a couple of players that, yep, closes the door. It's going to be really difficult for 9Z to now bridge this gap. Do they go up to A through vents, maybe? No.
Yeah, they still want to attack this one. Mosier, though, in position, and it's a pretty good double spray down. They just have way too much firepower down to the B bomb site. In fact, they're about to have 2 more players coming in from the ramp if they need it. DDT, a kill will not get the job done here. It's another round without a bomb plant.
Nah, it's been pretty bleak. It's been pretty milquetoast, so that is a fair question. Mayan's had a rough one as well, but Luchov has got the opening pick. G evens the odds. And again, they throw in that early utility to try and deal with that A threat. They will be changing and flowing through on ramp instead. It's going to be asking questions of Jamyoung and G.
Molotov to try and push him away, but G, he pushes in front of it. That's a bold move, activated by the fact that he had Jamyoung there as well, and he's kind of sticking around. Oh god, DGT, he was not ready, and I can't even really blame him. It's such a crazy move for G. One thing is pushing in front of the early Molotov, but then sticking around on the ramp after his rifle has already left. I think that catches 9C off guard completely.
Now, what I will say about 9Z is it's looking a little bit weird right now. They have a 36% win rate on their T side, but a 57% on their CT side. So you would think 4 rounds may already be enough if we go purely off the stats, but that's not in front of a Chinese crowd. That's not against the Tyloo that is looking really sharp right now. But do keep that in mind.
I mean, if they can find a way out of this round here in INC, that would be almost criminal. Tyloo, this looks like one of the more winnable rounds that they've had so far. Well, Zero, I was going to say, you can't see the knees, but he can. Mayan goes down, and Wasso Peak, he has to relocate. He gets the first one of the first half. Because I want to call it one-dimensional to do this. Okay, it's a bit different now. They've actually snuck through the smoke. I like this. Zero has gone down already. I can't believe that Mosier's ready for the fight, but only for the first one. Wasso P gets him, and Luchov outside. This is really cool. It's still an A attack, so I guess you could file it under the same category, but it's a very different version of it here, with 9C just beating a timing that Tyloo were not ready for.
5 rounds on this T half, I think, would be looking pretty good. Sure, they'll be disappointed. It could have been a lot better, and that's assuming they can hold on to this. Flash is good. Molotov doing a bit of damage. Is going to try and set up G on 12 kills so far. Flashbang doesn't affect him too much, but he still needs to get across to the site speculatively outside. Do you have a P250, though, in the very capable hands of Jamyoung?
Yeah, scary player to be up against. Oh, they've lost Zero, but like you mentioned, there is that P250, and Jamyoung finds that first. He'll take down Luchov. Mechanically, he's such a gifted player. There's a reason he has almost like a cult of personality around him. And I have, to be honest, like half the time, I feel like I'm in that cult myself. It's just very impressive work here. Mercury trying to open up the site. They'll lose Mosier, though, and they're dropping to the dualies of Mayan here. Only one player left.
Uses left-handed, yeah. It seems like a lot of the South Americans actually do that. Thinking like Big Azera, for example. Guangzhou Peak and Max, though, they're going to be chiming in for the first 2 kills. And again, it's against Glocks. Zero does get a frag. So that's probably better than they could have hoped for, realistically. That's an MP9 that trades hands. Zero's got an MP9 kill at long range. And it's going to...
So fun to see if 9C want to be more aggressive, which at the moment it feels like they might. Mercury making his way past, and no HEs to blow open anything with. DGT just straight up fighting them out here. He's going to get the first and even the second there. Mercury finally takes him down, but that's really efficient.
Utilizing that top vent position as well to provide Overwatch is huge. Mercury did just spot a Pixel and exploits it, but he's down to 3 HP. 1 HP per adversary he faces off against, and they know exactly where he is. They have a crossfire that's set up for him. He's living on borrowed time.
Looking for so far. Guangzhou peak. Unlikely that they could dislodge him here, but they do have Molotovs. I mean, they can burn him out. Counter utility coming in from him. What a flashbang. I think that actually might have been a friendly flash, but Mercury's going to get the credit for it. 2 openings, and that'll result in a bomb plant here. Tyloo coming up with a pretty big victory early on in this round, and honestly, for 9C, you got to wonder, is it worth it to give over at least the AK here? Yeah, I feel like they're already backing out. That was so efficient. Rewarded for it. If they try and come through the smoke, he's going to be fine.
Trying to open that. Oh, the wall of smoke. They do spot the player, and Mayan gets it on the second time of asking, but 2 have already pushed down into secret. They haven't dealt with Luchov just yet. He's waiting. Smoke has been fully plumed. Still time on the clock, though, and Mosia's looking for the potential main player. It's not there, though. They're already downstairs. They've rotated pretty quickly. And Mayan is still watching outside, but he's still nervous about a potential ramp push. He's essentially watching a 360-degree angle right now, by himself.
Yeah, and that should tell you something. That should tell you that you're in the wrong position. If you're trying to do that in Counter-Strike, it means something's kind of gone wrong on the defense. It's ambitious, but I would say if you're holding probably more than one angle, it's a bit of an issue there. Luchov gets one. He's been, I think, the real revelation for this team in the last couple of months. Came onto the team really with a bang without having much of a brand behind him. Mayan's going to get a kill there. Taking out Jam Young. This is where 9C has a chance to really take the lead. Only 7 seconds left in the round. And the bomb being attempted, but it's been delayed once again. Guangzhou peak. And now they can't win the round any longer. I think Mosia going to be kind of hiding on the site. They don't really want to push him. I don't blame them. Teammate is providing some distractions, but I don't think anyone from Tyloo has even indicated that they know that this is happening. If he finds the timing walking through, they're right behind on the red container lined up for him. DGT, it's a big double kill. It could have been more, sure, but I think you'll definitely take that every single time. Very nicely played, and you know, the few shots coming out from Luchov behind him as well, I think making a pretty nice difference in keeping Tyloo occupied and worried that they were going to be attacked on the other side. It's very well done.
Yeah, really trying to mess with a sensory overload, keep Tyloo guessing and unsure in all the frantic chaos. And now maneuvering their way back into lobby, but there's only 45 seconds. They had no control, so the CTs have pushed into lobby as it stands. The timing here could still favor Tyloo, though.
This is such an off angle, though. We'll see if they could clear it, but I don't think it'll be easy. You don't want to be throwing any grenades here either, because that will definitely give him away. You can see Luchov. 1 kill should be enough. They've got the man lead, and we're sub 30 seconds. Jam Young and Mercury, and again, the flank is on here. Oh, 9C. There's such a more involved CT side than Tyloo had. They were so defensive, and we spoke about...
Prey to this on other maps are very one-dimensional. You'll see these wall smokes, you'll see the fast A hits. A good way of countering that is to get aggressive and go for rotations. There were 3 separate rotations in that last round from 9Z, outside and into lobby. Great opening pick, though, from Jam Young, but now they're going to sprawl straight out of ramp. Mayan is watching, gets mollied out down to 37 HP. But now Luchov in the vent is able to strike for 1.
That is one of the few kills that maybe could have brought them back here, but to be honest, Mayan and Luchov are already low on health. They don't have a ton of money. I wouldn't hate it if 9C are close to backing out of this round. It's always a bit weird on Nuke, because you can have these like 4-on-4.
So again, massive credit to that super clean entry. And this is where Tyloo and that one-dimensional hit can really work in their favor. It's like a fist just plowing through and smacking you straight in the face. DGT, though, is able to counter that and land one of his own. And now it's looking even better for 9Z as they've picked up the second frag. Tyloo on the back foot.
Oh, this really justifies the save as well in the other round. This is what you're hoping for when you concede a round in a 4-on-4. it can feel a bit empty. You go into the next round and then you just kind of lose everything anyway, and you're like, oh, well, then we should have just fought for the last round, is what it feels like. But I think you come into this one now and you think that's exactly the right move. Man has got over $7,000, but you could see the rest of them are still fairly low on money. That's maybe the one big way that Tyloo could get back into this game, is if they can start to steal the money away from 9C. It's a very different matchup. 3 versus 5, and they spot the outside push. It's a great grenade, but just I think having the information is enough here. You don't really have to fight this if you're 9C. Oh, and they flanked around. Are they already up on the silo? Am I just making that up? I feel like Luchov, yeah. Mercury, I think, has just realized, wait a minute, something is up here. This is insanely aggressive. DDT does go down. Luchov, though, flanking and shooting G in the back. He actually went off the silo to go down instead. But again, the sheer aggression here from the 9C side, they can't hold on. Tyloo are losing all of the map control. This is a crazy CT side so far.
Yeah, I think, again, it's Tyloo's propensity to just going very one-dimensionally and just pushing together as a unit. And 9Z are playing it perfectly. So a shout out to Mayan. I called him out in the first half for not having a great game. He was 2-9. He's now 10-11. He's really stepped it up.
Yeah, started with the dualies here at the second half. Now it's Luchov getting jumped on. And actually, they get a dink on the Mercury as well. But the fight just continues out here. Max wants to go for it. Straight headshot to bring down Mercury. I think he might have heard the dink earlier. Might have sensed that there was a low health player out there. Zero and Mosier, 2 versus 3. And I was going to say, Max, you don't really need to do this. I love this reposition. If he would have peeked that, I would have been upset. Now, the only problem is Mayan, surely he knows that no one's holding behind him, although he's pretending like he's not. I'm kind of shocked by this. This is clear miscommunication coming out from the 9C side. Unfortunately, we're going to have to be critical about that. I'm not sure that's Mayan's fault. I think Max hasn't told his team that he's fallen that far back. Something went horribly wrong in that defense.
Yeah, it looks really bad for Mayan, but like you say, we don't know the ins and outs of the communications. What we do know is he was completely oblivious to what was happening. And now Max and Fazo peek between the two of them of trying to get this done, and they have. They both peak simultaneously and rip away the dreams of Tyloo, who now find themselves 3 map points
back in this one, but I guess we should also say 9C did pick this one, although both teams are very good at it, so Tyloo might also feel comfortable on Mirage, which is the second. Luchov starts us off. It's Jam Young trying to get back in. It's a headshot. He's down and looking for the shot. Oh, what a position for Waso Peak. He takes down 2, and it's all up to Zero with not really much of a chance here. Great spray down, and 9. Hopefully Tyloo are ready, and they kind of, in the post-game, they had a conversation about that. It will, by the way, be 9C starting on the CT side, and Tyloo on the T side, so once again, welcome back, everybody. We are good and ready to go. So, yeah, let's see what kind of game plan Tyloo come into this one. This is their own map pick, so you'd love to see them with a bit of a strong start here. Also, just mentioning it early on, I'm not seeing the smoke kit combination, so it's going to be all guns out here for 9C.
That is very true. A bit of utility for Mercury, as once again, Jam Young, as he did on the T side of Nuke, has that P250 by his name. He did get a frag. So we'll see if he can rinse and repeat and emulate that again. And I like that Tyloo just mixing up the pace. So aggressive on that T side of Nuke, but just slowly meandering their way through onto the underpass area. Very split up as well. 2 players top of mid. They have Zero to try and pivot off in Palace. But still tons of time left on the clock.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Zero. He might have a pivotal role in this. They flash their way into connector. Waso Peak, though, shuts down Jam Young. That's such a clean shot coming out. And Zero's activated, and he's done his job perfectly. That's more than you could have expected there, taking down DGT. Mayan, he's gooshed up on the ramp himself. Oh, it's again a shot from Waso Peak. This guy is clean. Zero is gone. And Mosier and G, they're now... Oh, wait, he's pushing with the bomb here. This is in CT spawn. He's got the bomb, and that's so distracting that Mosier sneaks in a kill, and suddenly we're back into a 2 versus 1 here. G, what can you do? You've got 30 seconds, and they know that he's back here. They know that he hasn't moved past, so I'd say this is a very tough round for G to win. Definitely not impossible, but bit of an uphill battle. 20 seconds now on the clock, and he's being flanked even as we speak. I think this might just be it. Max has found a very, very good timing. Runs up and at least stops the bomb run, and now it's way more difficult here. G in trouble. Mayan trying to disconnect, and he's back around the corner. And I think that was the only chance here for G. If he found the kill on Mayan, then he's got an open way to a bomb plant. But now he's sandwiched in. He gets the bomb planted, but he should just have to fight, I think, before the bomb goes down. And they're set up for it as well. Waso Peak is here. He's got Mayan behind him with a flash. They could... Oh, yeah, he's going to flash it in already. The timing is kind of sick. He's going to get the first one only, but I thought that would have been more. I thought they had a real chance for a multi-spray down. It'll be Mayan instead. 20 bullets on the M. They're going to be put on the back burner for a little bit now, aren't they, Tyloo? Back to some upgraded pistols and not much else. Testing out the limits with the Deagle. It'll be 0 to go down. Picked up another one, so sort of a hero Deagle situation. Jam Young, it's going to say, probably one of the players I don't want to be facing into if I'm Max there, but he's confident in his own abilities. And the Deagle's been defeated twice now. G to go down next. They know that someone's back there, so Mercury's not really the issue. He's been identified, and now he's locked in. No chance to escape the kill.
With the idea of taking middle. So far, they're kind of stuck towards the top side. Now, Mosia's making moves down onto the balcony, but it's going to be a beautiful headshot onto Main. I thought we'd have had him dead to rights. He must have been looking towards Con instead.
Yeah, and I think the flashbang from the B bomb site there alerted Mosia to the idea that someone could have been there. You could see that flash going over the wall. It's such a cool flashbang to be able to throw from B into middle for the peak, but there wasn't much of a fight here. 9C, they had so many people near the middle, but they haven't been able to do anything. I think this is kind of disappointing. 3 or almost 4 people from 9C were ready to fight middle, but none of them fought together. And instead, they get bounced on from the connector. Mosia got that early kill, taking down a player on shorts. This has just been very, very efficient. I think Jamyang back here. They might feel like they've Molotov this out, but he somehow was around the incendiary. I think DDT's automatically dead. Flashbang, I don't even think was necessary. They had so much trust in the early incendiary to burn out any position there, and it didn't. I don't know why, if it failed, or Jamyang just found like a sneaky, little position to play in. Regardless, it's an annoying way to die early on from DGT, and the first sign, I would say, of real CT aggression that we've seen from them here, where they try to push that top mid position a little bit, but not fully committed to it either. Backfires on them. Now it's a 4-on-5.
And Tyloo slow down the pace. Love to see this. It was hyper-aggression on Nuke that yielded them a little bit of success, but just playing with their food a little bit, allowing these smokes to fully plume. Get into the heads of 9Z. Luchov, good angle. First frag comes through, but he's never likely to get 2. However, they may not anticipate the max up close, but they do, and G takes his head straight off. And although Mayan is keeping them alive by the thinnest of margins, eventually the T's are going to force their way through onto the site.
Great aggression here from Tyloo once again. They didn't flash their way into the ladder room, which is kind of interesting, but because they trade out the kills and they're so quick to follow up, it's too much for the defense. And yeah, Mayan and Waso Peak, definitely better to walk away from this one. Like I said, Waso Peak was getting flashed in by Mayan. This time Mayan's holding the AWP, so it's a bit of a different setup. But he is close, Waso Peak, so one good shot from Mayan here could really cement the defense. Let's see how this one plays out. 55 seconds, tries to throw out a grenade, and Waso Peak is so flashed. Not what I wanted to see out of the defense here, but Mayan might make up for it still. Gets the kill on the Mercury. DDT is good for the 1. 3 versus 3 now. It's still not too bad for 9C. They could make their way back as Jamyang's dodging. You could see the tracer outlines of the smoke there. Mayan goes down, and the bomb is not yet planted here. But Max, what could he really do with an MP9 at this range?
Very little. Yeah, he was hoping speculatively through the smoke. And Luchov now known. Both players have been found. And there's just JK.
So they get completely caught off guard, and the flash comes in. Like, it was just, the timing was kind of brutal for them there. DGT in the middle. Don't hate the idea with the Deagle, but doesn't connect the shot. Again, Jamyang, we saw, I would say, a glimpse of what he could do on Nuke, and it was pretty impressive. But he's such a dangerous player. Get him activated, and that could easily be the key to victory for Tyloo here. Going into map number 2. There is a bit of aggression this time, but, I mean, we don't count it quite the same. Max is pushed all the way out of the palace, which is cool. I'd love to see it in the round where he has an MP9 or some other weapon apart from the Deagle.
That's a good point to highlight. Like, it looks bad again on Cap, but keep in mind they are down in the dreary doldrums of just Eagles, and they're being vanquished pretty quickly. As Tyloo knocking on the door, they want to raise and pillage this B-side once more, but it is a stack. The Eagles, slight pixel, Luchov nearly, for a second I thought was lining them up, but there is a flank in. Max going to be taking down Mosia, and that's a rifle that gets traded up, but immediately Tyloo make the knee-jerk reaction and pivot straight to A.
And they could do that so quickly because they already had Mercury, I think, practically at the steps by that connect.
I mean, he has eyes on it. He can hear the footsteps. But if they just slow walk out here, there is a way forward for Tyloo.
I think it's a really good point. Yeah, he's the B anchor. Luchov is going to be the one playing short. So the fact that Max is now also playing short, my God, Moja, it's just a bit of a distraction. And he's done so well to get that kill on GDT. Max dancing around, and as soon as they get the kill on him, they know no one's in B. They've already nameplated him. That is huge. I'm glad that you brought that up, because even if it doesn't mean they necessarily win the round by pushing that hallway's position, they still find Max in a position that he's not really supposed to be in, and that gives you all the information that you could possibly want here. G's going to be found, which I guess is a bit annoying.
Shot in the back. Like, what the hell's happening? And then immediately just snatch right onto the site and execute flawlessly. And again, it's Connector, and again, it's a death on the side of 9Z.
Yeah, this is a very, very thin round already. I mean, even at the start of it, they didn't have a lot of weapons of any kind, really. And they've been completely edged out on this one. Great Connector kill to begin with. I think the AWP spotted it, and then Jamyoung sort of swung for the fight, and they just feel confident. Which you have short, Connector, and window. That's 3 different positions that the CTs can swing from. If you flash your way into that fight, that could really work out for you, but they haven't been doing it all that well. This is a bit of success, though. It's Luchov again flashing his way over the B wall, and then the shot right on top of the smoke there as Jamyoung goes down. So first real big sign of success here, I would say, for 9C. They've got to build on this. They can't let him win more rounds. It's been 6 in a row. There's Luchov as well. Now you can relax. Now you've done everything you wanted here.
Oh, Molotov goes down to the van, not on the balcony. This is where Max should be able to get at least one as he sprawls through. And Moshe's the man that goes down. The smoke's not going to survive or keep him alive, but it actually does. He's able to just find sanctuary in there as the Molotov is still burning away. So I don't know if Tyloo realized just how close Max was to his demise there. So they only take the one AK-47 out of the round, even though 9C were successful. And they are going for a bit more aggression, this time top middle. We'll see if this pays off for them. It's a double stack. First frag, though, goes the way of G.
They actually got caught in the middle of the boost. You would have thought that would have backfired way more on Tyloo. What a shocking result. He gets the flick, takes down DGT, and they can't really continue the fight there. Mayan, though, looking to equalize, and he will. Moja goes down. Still a minute and 20 seconds left, but you got to be careful. There is that lurker up in the palace, which has been zero for most of these rounds. He's been hanging out. And look at the forward push from Max on the other side. So they feel pretty comfortable leaving Max alone, which allows them to have this great A defense potentially. Say 9C are set up very, very nicely at the moment to win this round.
Especially with Jamyoung on 12 and G58. Can't afford any missteps. But I do like that Tyloo are just slowing this round down. See if 9Z get a bit too apprehensive, overzealous, go pushing in. Huazo Peak, though, nearly had an AWP shot fired directly at his face, but he was fast enough on the draw to deal with him. The flash is going to do nothing for Mercury. He wanted to have that the other side of the ramp so he could try and push in.
But got to remember as well, Max was pushed out in the B hallway, which is why they could have this many people. Otherwise, they probably have to have somebody a little bit closer, like towards the window or towards that short position. But Max's forward position gave them a lot of room here. Round number 12, the last of the half, and Jamyoung's already off to a hot start. Takes down a player. Zero coming up out of the palace again. It's Mercury to take down Huazo Peak. 3 versus 4 now. And they are sneaking through the middle. It's Jamyoung trying to be activated. But in the meantime, 9C aren't even waiting. They're not waiting for the bomb to go down. They're fighting before that. What's the plan here, Jamyoung? He's in the smoke. Oh, that's a nice fast kill coming through, and Jamyoung's ready to bounce on the other side. Gets the first one. That gives them a little bit of room to work with. They could put some pressure on here. They're going to be smoking off top connector. They're going to be throwing a deep incendiary, a deep Molotov towards window. And now they are going to wrap around on the catwalk here. Jam Young's in trouble, but oh my god, he still lands the headshot. Mercury to help out, finally get rid of Jam Young. He shouldn't have been allowed to get that first kill, but he did. The dualies, they've been dispatched as well, but do they realize there's another player at the back of the site? I don't think they do just yet. G's hiding back here. Jam Young on the one side. Mercury's here as well. MP9 on Jam Young, if they ever showed up, that'd be a nice bonus to have, but all right. Decent shooting from Mercury. Might as well disconnect. You know that you don't want to be risking giving away any kind of weapon here to the other side.
DGT has nothing, just a flash and a Huaza peak as well, but Luchov is slowly protruding his way through that smoke, and he takes control over the top boxes.
0 to begin with. Flashed in from Moja, who himself gets a headshot on the Luchov. That's so quick. Can't believe he died that fast. Didn't even look like he had a helmet or anything, but pretty sure that he did. 3 versus 5. And Mayan patrolling here, but Tyloo have no incentive. Why would they fight now that they've already got the 2 opening kills here? Moja's kind of peeking his way back in, but to be honest, even if he dies, they still got another 2 players at the B bomb site, so a bit unusual to have this much of a defense. Tapping away SG. They make it look easy. This is around where 9C... doesn't even look like they fired back yet. They do a little bit of damage on the G, but everyone else is at 100 health here, so 9C coming into this round with very little damage at all, and that's a bit disappointing.
As player behind him watching Palace, one on stairs, they kind of have a perfect trifecta. There's the HE, how much damage? A little bit deep, but still nails Mayan, who, keep in mind, is their 1 rifle player, so that's a huge pick all on its own. Flashbang comes through, and now the crossfire should start to twist the knife. But there are a couple kills back in return, and somehow 9Z are in this round, and may be able to win.
That is ridiculous. They had all the defense here, and you're right, like that HE did a little bit of damage early on, but should have been enough at least to make the M4s way more competitive, so I'm surprised by that. DGT, I don't think he realized there was a player right down below. Jam Young hoping to do something. He's been pulled in from the B bomb site. Will spray down Luchov. Bomb is ticking, though, slowly in the background. They've got Moja with the kits. DGT, you just want to stay alive. You want to buy time here. You don't have to fight to the death. You've also got Mayan behind you. Nice shot from Jam Young, and they realize where that deagle is. Moja gets the headshot, and they're going to be straight on, and they even picked up
Each. So that deagle could have got the job done. So now we're looking into round 17, and G has carved a path through DGT. Smoke's now starting to fully plume into the windows. So it's a hit and run, and there's not much that 9Z can do about this one. Luchov down to 22 HP on top of it, so a great opener here for Tyloo again, and Huazo Peak found. An off angle for 0. There's some of the aggression we were talking about through on Palace. And Tyloo are on the fast track, sprinting towards the finish line in the quarterfinals to try and take us to a 3rd map.
I thought that was going to be 9C doing that kind of thing on the CT side, but actually Tyloo showing up with, a bit of presence there in the Palace. They were not ready for it either. Great couple of kills. What's the plan here for 9C? They've been slowed down so much. 3 versus 5. Flash going over. You need a bit of a miracle kill to get you back into it. And not going to be this time. G repositioning. Oh, such a nice little peek. He takes down Mayan, leaving it all on the max. Not much chance in the round any longer here. He is completely surrounded by...
Again, 9C doesn't look great, but they're playing against the best and brightest teams in recent memory at the Major. Losing to Spirit a couple of times. Who, of course, were in devastating form. Flashes are good, but the follow-up damage is there, and there's 0 with a double spray, and once again it's G on point with the ult, but Main comes out of nowhere from the top rope and nails 2 players. Again, this would be a 2 versus 5 if they could pull this off.
I mean, 9C are really keeping up with the fight. Again, surprising that they're managing to get back into some of these rounds here. What could Tyloo do? They've got the grenades, they got the kits, and they got a sizable health advantage, especially against Mayan. He's in a position to just try and get a single headshot. That's all you're looking for at this stage. Grenade doesn't go to his position, so far so good. But there's plenty of time on the bomb as well. Oh, Jam Young caught. He wanted to be sneaky with the jumping in there. Mayan goes down, and now it's the one-on-one. Bit of a smoke to set it up to put some pressure on. He's going to tap the bomb a single time, but now he has to commit to it. He's simply run out of time. The knife has come out, and it's...
In connect, though. He's moving up right now. Max needs to have something. At least draw away one of these sets of eyes from ramp, from Palace.
True. We'll see. It's going to be DDT opening up. That's actually pretty spectacular. Mercury, is he able to do anything at all more than that? He's taking down Wasso Peak. It's a good start. And Max, only the one kill so far. Isolated, unfortunately, now. They know where he is. So this time the defense does hold. They even got the opening there, 90. I was actually worried, but I guess that's the other strength of having that many people at the site that you're just not expecting for them to keep showing up. He's had a couple of smokes there in T-spawn, and they're hoping that will carve a path for them to get out into middle. They're going to be boosting up as well, blowing open the smoke though. Max, he goes straight down. That absolutely did not work out for them. Moja is going to be gone. Still a minute on the clock here, but can they get through the window? Timing is everything here. Mercury's on the other side of it, but he's pulled back. That's a great move for Mercury. If he stays in window and dies, it'll open up the bomb side, but again, I can't see how they can make it through here. It's 50 seconds left. They know everything on the Tyloo side.
Yeah, exactly. He had the intel, but he's also on 28 HP, so he knew a stray bullet and he was dead. G once again making Ticket Booth his. And Huazo Peak pays the toll as they try and push forward. G's activated another couple times, and Tyloo get it done. We move to Inferno. You know, coming into this event, it wouldn't be an unreasonable take, in my opinion, to say Nemesis and Alliance both making the playoffs. Quite a big surprise, Anders.
Yes, it is. You're absolutely right. I didn't expect much of either of those two teams. Here we go. We're into the fight now. Tyloo going to be starting on that CT side, and it'll be 9C on the T side of things. Nice jump from Mercury. I don't know if he spotted everyone, but I feel like he must have seen at least one or two players. Yeah, so it's always good to see if there are people in second mid. 9C have a huge need to attack this short side of the map, like on the A-bomb side, and that's exactly what they're doing here. They're going to be smoking it off towards that little pit position. Mercury with the dualies. Oh, he lands another headshot. Takes down Luchov as well. It's a
corner of Boiler. So Tyloo have a good read of what's going to be coming up next. And they've got 4 players here as well, Anders. I mean, this is going to be another massacre round.
Yeah, no question about it. Mercury here. G on a bit of a crossfire. He's already seen one of them, so the communication should be pinpoint accurate. Yeah.
Total Jam Young obviously occupying with the second.
Yeah.
Mercury over on the long side with his smoke down for the time being. It's a triple stack though, and the M4 is good. The Mercury MP9 sprays through 2 of them and forces 9Z away.
Looks like it could be a split for the B-bomb side, to be honest here. This could be interesting.
Drawing away rotations, it's going to be Mercury that traipses over. 7-0 to his name. He's had a fantastic start. Oh, gee! You expect him to land that shot after the sublime Mirage performance, but that's now opened the door for the T's to push through, and it's down to 0 to be the last bastion of hope, the bouncer of the site, looking to try and force away the T's as they push through onto the arches, and Tyloo coming through with a rotation. I'm assuming you also have the problem with VMix, right?
Yeah, mine disconnected. So I can't see at the moment.
Didn't see what happened there, boys.
Not going to be expecting Moja to also have rotated over, because he's normally that B support player.
The time though, Anders. They've spent so much time going for this stack. They've got 20 seconds left. They have to start pushing.
Yeah, and they will right into G. And this time, he is back to landing the shots. Takes down Max Moja. Now they know. Now they know that they've been completely red. As soon as they find him there at the arch, that is a dead giveaway that you're in trouble. Mayan and DDT, they're going to back on out. They realize it's not going to be happening. Normally, I would say, if you're on the... Speaking of boosts.
Yeah, and G has perfect eyes to just peer down on the side to go for the wide swing. Oh, Mayan's there to capitalize.
All on Jam Young. He's so flashed. They haven't checked the corner. They walk past him. Oh no, the spray down is in. Jam Young with a big double. And it could have just as well been a triple there. I think he couldn't even believe his own eyes. He must have thought there's no way that no one's checking. And they should have been, right? They should have been checking. They know that Jam Young is very likely going to be another player there. It's either going to be him or Moja, but Zero goes down, top of the smoke there. And now bomb is dropped further back, which is a bit awkward. They've also got the A-bomb side at the same time. So they know that they can walk back, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. 9C, they maybe could have won the round right here on B, but I actually love this play. And the fact that they're rotating back, I mean, it should tell Tyloo that something is up. Yeah, I think Moja's realized. Actually, really good awareness from Moja. He's still going to go down, but the fact that he stops running, I think, is immediate evidence that he knew that's such a suspicious fallback from the B-bomb side. He's going to start to throw that down, trying to pretend like there might be more people. They're rotating over to the B-bomb side. Tyloo feel like they've got a read. They push Zero into the middle. He's going to be found. This is mad. G gets the one. And they're jumping around on the other side, rushing to get here as Mercury. Flash in the air. He can't get the rifle out in time. And both him and G are going to die. So something told Tyloo that that was going to switch into some sort of a B attack. Yeah. Getting into that position. That can be very hard to flash when he's up on the half wall like that, because the roof is sort of covering half the flashbangs. But not that that's going to matter. Jamyong, he's not even realizing. Grenade in hand, he's automatically dead. Max will find one. Wasapeak, in spite of the flash, going to get the other one here. And G, nothing you could do, neither for Mojo, who's got the other M4. Going to be a very, very clean entry into the round there. And obviously, yeah, you catch one guy with a grenade like that, it's always going to be a pretty good day in the office. So that's it. They steal an AK. That looks like G and Jamyong have taken a little bit of damage. But apart from that, we'll find out if they can get any kind of entry. This time, the boost works. G, the patience has been rewarded. And Mercury gets the spray down. Wasapeak was trying to run through that fire. And that backfires in a massive way. Zero's gone down. Moja inside of the site here. And suddenly there's a way back. Wait a minute. Mercury's up next dead. They know that G can't be here because he's on the other side. They know where Jamyong is, so it's all about finding Moja, and great work on the Molotov. Oh, they've absolutely zeroed him into the corner there. That's such good work. And 9C, again, their read of where the CT players are here is really strong. As soon as they realize G's boosted up, they can guess who's going to be on that A-bomb site.
Jamyong and G may just want to hold on to these weapons. I mean, you got a very short or in brackets. And you know how bad it is to push in when you have no smoke coverage. So they're looking to try and hit B, but there's only 25 seconds left.
And that smoke just went down. They have to push through. They've got no chance but to run in through the smoke. But the problem is Moja is low on health. He can't really do a lot to help out. It's going to be Jamyong. Set up with a grenade. Moja immediately deleted. A couple of headshots from Wasapeak will clear open the bomb site. 9 seconds. The bomb is being planted. I almost would have wanted to see Mercury try there. I think he was Molotov'd out, but if he could have stopped the bomb from being planted, maybe that was the only victory here. 3 versus 3 now. There's still a chance to get back in, although it's a slim one, I must say. Incendiary not going to burn anyone out of the corner here. Luchov, one headshot might just seal. Oh my god, he was nearly caught sleeping in the corner, but he will take down Zero. And I think that's enough here. Wasapeak lands a third headshot of the round for himself. Mercury trying to have 3 people at the B-bomb site. I don't hate that. Okay, they're going to rotate back, but I do hate the fact that they're so blind. Here we go, G. Going to be tested from the looks of it, and he comes up big in this one. Good counter incendiary as well. Jamyong making sure they can't rush them down. So far, so good.
Yeah, the perfect way to alleviate the pressure for lack of utility and a bit of firepower is to get the first pick and put 9Z on their back foot. Luchov is also taking significant damage. They have no control over middle. They basically have to fully engage behind this. You don't know if you're being pushed in second mid. You don't know what Tyloo have got up their sleeve at this point. They could even rotate a third player over as far as 9Z are concerned. This is a horrible place to be. You're essentially blind.
Yeah. Typically, you want to make sure that no CTs are pushing up behind you. You want to make sure that there's more of a question in the minds of Tyloo, but it seems like that's not going to be the case here. 27 seconds as they're looking to push on towards this B-bomb site. 3 people defending, but again, Wasapeak finds an opening. Jamyong has been blown up. He's so good at this, Wasapeak. And that will, at the minimum, give him the bomb plant here. Smoke goes up. Moja tickles away at DGT back there, but can't find the kill, and the bomb is going to be planted. There's not a lot of grenades left in the round. Zero has an interesting incendiary that, if they can land it back here by the new box, might be able to find a kill onto Luchov. That could be a start for the retake. They do need a couple of rounds here, Tyloo, but they're already backing out. They realize they've got no money left for the final round, so if they go for it here and lose the 3-on-3, you're so far back on the map that you have no idea what's happening. Even if 9C in moments have given you more map control, like they've had moments here where 9C haven't controlled a lot of the map. Oh, gee. This either could be mad or it could be genius. Mercury's gone down, and G, they know that he's in here somewhere. They can hear the gun going off, so it's just a question of whether they can find him. MP9 does take a little bit of damage. I'm shocked that G has made his way out, and they look to be moving back up Banana again. Jamyoung here. I started up by saying it's such a great luxury for Tyloo to have Jamyoung playing this B-bomb side and this front Banana position, but he hasn't really lived up to the reputation at the moment. They've been able to take him down. Specifically, Guangzhou Peak has been out-dueling him in a number of rounds.
Yeah, I mean, the only round we've seen him have any impact was that one where he was on the half wall and they didn't check him and he got the double spray down. He probably should have got 3.
They got 4 people at the bomb site here. They've got everyone. I guess this is a way to make sure that you're going to win the round. 18 seconds left. 4 people already were at the site. It's a grenade on a 0. No.
On Banana, while the rest of them take middle control and they're looking to try and push in right now.
Yeah, they want to see if they can wrap around, putting a little bit of pressure on. Like I said, they love attacking this long side, but they're going to turn it into a split, and they've left Mercury to catch any stragglers. This is such an elaborate strategy. If they get Luchov, it's all over here for the defense, but Luchov's good on the headshot. He gets 1. He nearly buys enough time. His teammates were seconds away from catching those seeds, or those T's running through spawn. Nice headshot. Jamyoung again. Guangzhou Peak has just got his number. It's another headshot. Ridiculous performance. The bomb is planted, yes, but it's down to G and Mercury to hold on, and G doing everything they can for his team right now. They desperately need this pistol round, and he might have just got it for him. Remember, Mercury is miles away because he was lurking over at that boiler position, but now he's back and looking to see if he can make sure they win this one. And bomb ticking away. They do have the kit, which is very interesting, very rare, I feel like, on Inferno to have that. Normally you invest into dualies instead, but he can't find any space. He can't even find any of the T's. They're just hiding. So the round is going to go the way of Tyloo. I don't think there's anything DDT could have done about it. But man, Luchov was not far away from winning that round 1. Which doesn't look like it's going to be activated. There's going to be a flash into the middle here. Mercury's just checking it out, but yeah, the bomb is going to be rolling back, so it's all on Max.
Has a luxury of the smoke, but that's about it, and that's going to fade. Gets the 1-for-1. It's not going to be good enough to hold. However, oh, Jamyoung spins around and nails DGT through the smoke. And now all 3 of 9Z are moving through in the bottleneck of Banana. They have the MP9s, but they don't have the range advantage. But Guangzhou Peak doesn't care.
Wait a minute, Luchov finds a headshot as well. Jamyoung back here getting hunted down. There's not enough runway for them to really catch any speed here, unfortunately. Luchov and Max, like I said, these guys are going to be the duo that'll try and set this one up. See if Max is going to be throwing in anything here, or it's going to be the counter incendiary instead. They're running in front of it. I do like that from Tyloo. Sheer aggression right into the headshot. Max finds 3. That is so wild. A couple of quick headshots to delete some of them. G on top of the smoke, but he's found right through it. DDT can spot the traces a mile away. And now it's on Mercury. He's planted the bomb, and he's now alone against 3.
Max styling on with that triple kill, and that probably gives them this round. It's hard to see how Mercury can get this one done. They've now found him. Going to be pincering in through on Churchside and simultaneously on Coffins, and it's DGT. Half in terms of the opportunities that you're afforded.
Easy shot for DDT here. Spray down is in, the perfect weapon for it. Finally will go down, but again...
Didn't have the players, and there was a smoke down on Archers, so correct decision. It has foregone mid-control, but it's at least as far as 9Z are concerned, all their players still alive. They don't check the angle, and DGT sprays them down with 2.
Oh, they're so preoccupied looking for that short position, or for that library position. DDT will get 1 before he's finally burned out. Triple in total. But yeah, the fact that they didn't check it absolutely wrecks them. Mayan, he's going to get the kill as well. G, I don't even think Guangzhou Peak had to repeat that. He knew that someone was going to be there, but it should be fine anyway. The backup is getting their pistols out now, and G is very low.
Yeah, 9Z have done their best to smother Tyloo. And you've got to respect that from 9Z, showing that the quarterfinals of the major was no fluke. Yes, the opening stages of this event were rough, but they've started to arrive now. And they could even secure this even more one-handedly than they did last time. They met each other at the major. It was a 13-6 in favor of 9Z. It's about to be a 13-5 as DGT sprays in 2 and lands a headshot. Oh, in fact, it wasn't. It looked like it was dead on to me, but 2 kills still more than good enough.
It is that right there, Vince. That's the round that they wish they could have had in the first half, Tyloo, when they were pushing Zero down the middle. They had that dream in mind, and it's 9C actually fulfilling their dream, which is kind of an interesting irony. Now they're trapped. They're locked into Banana. We said this in the first half. You don't want to be here as a T side. I mean, it's fine to be on Banana, but you want to be able to pretend that you might be in Palace or in the apartments, or that you might be up towards the middle. The fact that you can't put any pressure on those positions just makes it very, very rough. And they're falling back with 40 seconds left. I don't even know what the plan is. I suppose you could throw a couple of grenades up towards the middle and then go back to Banana, but this is so rough at the moment. 30 seconds left for Tyloo. They're surely going to be found. Waso Peak just waiting for the timing. He's actually spotted out. It's a bit weird and a bit awkward. Now they're going back to the A-bomb site. Flash is coming out here. And Waso Peak, he doesn't fight it. He wants to wait for the teammates. This is a weird round.
I kind of love it, though. It's an early warning system for his teammates. He was playing an awkward angle to get killed instantly, and now he can act as that linchpin, that fulcrum point they can play off. As long as he's alive and shows some kind of presence in the balcony, in the apps, it's going to force one set of eyes away, and they can really make the most of this 4v2.
If they win this round, then maybe it's back on, but I doubt it. The retake is looking good. So far, Zero is going to get the one, but that's all they could get. 9C managed to eliminate Tyloo here. Retake is going to be just fine with the kid in the back pocket here. 13-5 on the final map of Inferno. So well played. A 9C team that...